It's Week 16 of the NFL. Coming up, we'll see Sam Howell. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Bears and the Thunderbirds, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sooner State and the hard-working capital of Oklahoma City. It is Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Thunderbirds of Oklahoma City. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Oklahoma City team as they enter play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. You got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Powell, he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards that time for number 19.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Bears at 12-2 now on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're going with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
But you look at this defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Back to throw, Howell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It can change momentum in a big way. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Levis's throw pulled in by Robinson here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Levis's throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Levis back to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you? Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Levis sets up to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Thunderbirds get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. When you look at this defense, they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taken care of.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Howell's throw into the hands of... Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
Faking the handoff. Howell. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Off-play action. It's Howell sliding out of the pocket. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they'll have the football but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The gain of 39 that time.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other and trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They bring their punter out there now as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one too low.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Howell. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after, either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe. But
he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the throw.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Levis on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they go play action with Howell. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Howell. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One more go for this offense in the first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Again, it's Robinson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll go play action. Howell. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Jamal Adams coming up from a safety spot to make the play.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They work now on 2nd and 9. And Howell will throw it. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Levis looking to throw. And Watson has it right side. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Here's Levis. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll throw it again with Levis. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. First and 10, it's Levis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. Welcome back, everybody, to Oklahoma City, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 9, second and about a yard. Levis back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a touchdown. A great effort there. With their second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Thunderbirds answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8. Howell changing the play here. Here's 2nd and 8. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Howell down to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Levis sets up to throw here. That's to the sideline and incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he was looking for the checkup bounce. Didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Howell. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Howell to throw. He's got Connor, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Howell, he'll look to throw it. This caught by Carlson. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. Here's 1st and 10.
On the draw, this is Barkley. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Powell. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. McPherson's kick is good.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 20-17, a little under 40 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here's a 2nd and 7. Levis. Pass complete to Robinson. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Levis, he'll look to throw it.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
One final try here for Will Levis.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
This ball intercepted. And the Bears are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck.